At the heart of existence, two forces entwine, not as enemies, but as co-creators of all that is, order and chaos. From the first breath of creation, when the formless void stirred in primal fury, these twin currents have shaped the cosmos and the soul. Order, the steady hand that builds, binds, and endures, cathedrals of thought, empires of law. Chaos, the wild pulse that breaks, births, and transforms, the storm, the spark, and the upheaval. Neither friend nor foe, they are the warp and weft of reality, each incomplete without the other. What force binds the storm to the shore, the heart's rhythm to its fire? In every life, this tension lives. The craving for control wrestles with the call to create. The comfort of structure strains against the pull of freedom. Societies rise on scaffolds of order, but falter when chaos is silenced. Souls flourish in the heat of disorder, yet perish without a guiding star. This is no war, but a harmony of opposites, a sacred friction that turns the wheels of time. From myth's first murmur to the fall of kings, order and chaos are the breath of the divine, the forces that move through all things, forever calling us to the balance where creation begins. Before stars burned or earth took shape, there was chaos, a formless void, vast and unruled. In the myths of old, this primal abyss was the first to reign, a deep without boundary, whispering of worlds unborn. Yet, from its depths, order emerged, a divine act of shaping, carving cosmos from confusion. Across cultures, this tension births the sacred, not peace, but the balance of becoming. In Greece, chaos was the first, a yawning chasm, dark and infinite. From it came Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky. Their union birthed gods, and from gods, the world. Chaos, the ancient mother, yielded to the rhythm of stars and seasons. In the Norse north, Ginnungagap yawned between fire and ice. From his frost-born void came Ymir, whose blood became rivers, whose bones became mountains. Odin and his kin shaped the world from his remains, order born from the marrow of giants. What moved in the silence that chaos should yield? These myths, sung by firelight and etched in stone, hold a truth deeper than memory. Chaos is the womb, order the child. From the abyss, the divine draws form, but never silences the untamed depths beneath. In every telling, the struggle remains. The cosmos is conflict forged into harmony, and its balance forever fragile. Within the silent chambers of the mind, order and chaos continue their eternal dance, shaping the self in flickers of shadow and light. Their psyche, vast as any cosmos, churns with primal impulse, even as it molds itself into mask and meaning. Here, creation and destruction unfold not in stars or stones, but in the tide of the soul. Carl Jung saw this duality in the archetypes that move beneath our waking thoughts. The unconscious, a sea of chaos, teeming with shadow and anima, raw instinct and dream. Opposing it, the persona, a mask of order crafted for the stage of the world. Yet, the shadow does not sleep. Its whisper disrupts the mask, a chaos that reveals. To deny it invites madness. To surrender to it invites ruin. The mind survives in balance, where order gives shape and chaos breathes life. Sigmund Freud glimpsed this same fault line. The inner wild, chaos, the fire of hunger and instinct. The superego, order, a scaffold of rules and ideals. The ego stands between, trembling beneath their weight, trying to chart a course through contradiction. In modern thought, Chaos is seen in the blaze of insight, while order is in the steady rituals that keep us anchored. Yet both, unbalanced, destroy. Chaos, untethered, leads to anxiety, while order, unyielding, calcifies the soul. Every heart feels this tension. The artist burns with vision, yet crumbles without form. Order and chaos are the breath of the psyche, the friction that shapes identity from the formless. And in their struggle, we are both broken and made whole, a mirror of the cosmos within, where the unruly and the ordered seek a harmony that echo of the divine. History is a crucible where order and chaos clash, forging empires from turmoil, then shattering them in turn. From the ashes of strife, civilizations rise, their towers a testament to humankind's will to tame the untamed. But the balance is brittle, a thread stretched taut between structure's embrace and entropy's pull. Order, unchecked, becomes a chain. Fascism's iron heel, from Mussolini's Italy to Hitler's Reich, dissent was crushed beneath visions of total control, their rigid creeds stifling the soul. Stalin's USSR, with its purges and 5-year plans, forged a monolith where fear became law. When order tightens too far, the spirit revolts or withers in silence. Chaos, in turn, devours. After Somalia's government fell, clans and warlords tore the land apart, a nation swallowed by lawlessness. Weimar Germany, broken by inflation and unrest, collapsed into the shadow that would become the Third Reich. Disorder opened gates, darker order marched through. Society walked a razor's edge, where one step too far into rigidity or ruin can undo centuries. This thin line haunts every age. Law and liberty, stability and flux. Cities gleam with ordered grids, yet pulse with chaos of human will. Too much order and tyranny chokes the soul. Too much chaos and collapse consumes all. The ruins whisper and the monuments answer. Together they tell of the eternal dance where empires rise and empires fall. In the silent machinery of the cosmos, order and chaos entwine, their dance etched into the laws that bind the stars. Science unveils this rhythm, where disorder creeps and hidden patterns bloom. From the decay of mountains to the branching of rivers, nature speaks in this language of entropy and fractals. Entropy, the shadow of thermodynamics, marks chaos' quiet conquest. Every flame dims, every stone crumbles, energy scatters, systems unwind, and the universe drifts towards stillness. The second law is a tide none escapes, a whisper that no order lasts forever. Yet, within disorder, order stirs. Chaos theory reveals fractals, patterns that spiral endlessly, snowflakes, coastlines, galaxies. Rivers twist like veins, lightning fork like roots, and flocks move as one. From chaos, structure emerges, self-organizing, unseen, and precise. Still, permanence is an illusion. Mountains erode, oceans shift, stars collapse. Entropy and fractal beauty move as one, the dual truth. Nature builds and nature breaks, but in this cycle lies creation's spark. Chaos dismantles, order rebuilds, and together they forge a cosmos forever becoming. In the quiet expanse where the soul seeks meaning, order and chaos whisper truths older than time. Religion and philosophy, with their sacred words and restless questions, cast these forces as the breath of existence. Divine structure rising from the void, untapped potential stirring within. In Christianity, the Logos, the Word, is order incarnate. In the beginning was the Word, writes John, a radiant logic shaping cosmos from chaos. Genesis opens with a formless deep stirred by God's breath until light and land emerges. Yet, even divine order carries echo of the wild, the flood, the desert, and the voice from the whirlwind. Scripture frames creation not as conquest, but as balance of breadth and boundary. Taoism, on the other hand, sees no war between order and chaos, only flow. The Tao, formless yet whole, spins the yin and yang, dark and light, stillness and motion, joined in harmony. Hegel's dialect turns conflict into growth, chaos and order clashing to birth a new truth. Camus faces chaos in the absurd and answers with will, not to impose order, but to live it defiantly, purpose carved from silence. Nietzsche, with a prophet's fire, called chaos the crucible of genius. As he once said, you must have chaos within yourself to give birth to a dancing star. Order to him was often a cage, yet even his star danced in rhythm, however fleeting. His vision honors chaos as the seed of greatness, but one that must be shaped by strength. Across creeds and questions, the soul's dialogue endures. Logos builds, but the flood stirs. The Tao flows, never still. The dancing star blazes, yet fades. Meaning is not found in victory, but in tension, in the breath held between order and chaos, where the human and the divine meet. No life stirs without chaos, a force that urges the heart to dream, to break, to become. No civilization endures without order, the steady hand that raises towers and binds souls beneath law's enduring light. From the void's primal churn to the psyche's hidden tides, from empires rising to nature's fractal bloom, order and chaos are not enemies, but the twin pulse of existence itself. Too much order, and the soul withers, shackled by an unyielding form. Too much chaos, and it drowns, adrift in the sea with no shore, its dreams devoured by the formless. The balance is all, a fragile thread spun through myth and mind. In this harmony, life finds a rhythm, a dance not of domination, but of ignition, where both forces spark meaning into being. Behold the Ouroboros, the serpent that devours its own tail, a circle unbroken at the storm's still heart. Chaos consumes, order is reborn, order binds, chaos breaks free. Beginning and end blur in the serpent's curve, as cosmos turns, empires rise and fall, and souls wander, seeking center. The Ouroboros whispers of balance, a truth etched in silence. To live is to hold both forces in tender accord, and to walk the edge where wilderness meets form. What balance keeps the soul's flame alive in this ceaseless dance? This question lingers, a star burning in the night, calling us forward. The Ouroboros turns, its scales aglow, and in its spiral, we remember, life is not the rigid or the formless, but a space between, where the heart, like the universe, is forever being born anew, through order and chaos. Thank you for watching.